All right, and we are live. My name is Jerry Cabazzuto from soundpath.org. I'm also the organizer for the Liberation Academy Education, as well as the podcast God is Love, truthfreedom.com. And today I have two amazing Soundpath lineup artists in front of me from Apophasis. Devin Waldman has a website, Brahja, BRAHJAWALDMAN.com. You also have a website for your podcast, archivegeneration.com. And Georgia, your website is Georgia WARTL Collins COLLINS.com. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so we're connected through Conrad. Rogos actually, I think, took the How to Become the True Media course with you, Devin, a couple years back. And
Yeah.
how was that class? And
It's
how did you
great.
guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how we met. And it was a great class. Learned um, quite a bit about computing and how to learn the technological skills needed to make podcasts and put one's work out there to spread a message of freedom and liberation. So it was learned quite a lot and met quite a few people, including Conrad. So yeah, that was in 2022. I'd like to. Sometimes I think about taking it again just to learn even more, but I'm still applying skills I've learned, and always one of the things also I gained from that course is how to teach yourself. So that's just putting in the time and the attention to learn, get through over obstacles, technical issues, whatever, and teach yourself. So, but there's always more to learn.
Yeah, and I think it's no surprise that a lot of us that are sort of part of the natural law community or movement, a lot of us have a background in teaching ourselves things.
Right.
And I'm assuming you guys taught yourself as musicians. Like,
Sure.
yeah, so what kind of instruments do you play? What kind of music projects maybe that I didn't cover are you guys into?
Um, I guess we both started out with jazz or have a jazz background. Um, so I play double bass in different bands, and in I studied in Norway, so I guess there I had most of my bands. But then I played in Devin's band for a tour in Europe, and that's how we met for his jazz band. So we have both that in common, the jazz background, and then we have started with the rock now. I mean, we both have played rock before, but together now lately, more focused on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, myself, I play well in Apophasis. I play drums. Georgia plays guitar and sings, and right now we're a duo. So Georgia's also overdubbing electric bass, and on live shows playing with like a octave pedal to give us the low end, and I'm playing drums, which is in a way my first instrument. It was the one I started playing first, but I never studied it formally the way I did with saxophone. So so yeah, saxophone. I play saxophone, drums, also piano and synths, and that's piano is how I've mostly composed my my work. Like, but yeah, in Apophasis, Georgia's composing the tunes on guitar, and then I'm writing the lyrics, and so that's kind of how this collaboration came together. Georgia had all these ideas for rock tunes, but the music I compose, yeah, it tends to be more jazz. Um, so, but I've always uh, listened to rock and roll, always loved rock and roll, and play my growing up family drum set, and I would kind of play drums with my dad would have like jams and stuff, so played rock growing up and stuff. So that's how, that's yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I have a special place in my heart for rock as well as jazz. My brother's actually a jazz saxophonist. Um,
Really?
yeah, he plays alto as well. He plays
Where does
all
he
the.
where does he live?
He's in Massachusetts. He was at University of New Hampshire for a while,
Oh
and
yeah.
then he played at Longy in Cambridge. Um, But yeah, like
Do you know if he
I
studied? Do you know if he studied with Yusuf Lateef at all, or I don't know if he was in school? I think Yusuf Lateef was teaching at. Well, maybe it's not. No, maybe. Did you say Hampshire College? Or
University of New Hampshire, yeah.
oh no, that's a different thing. Yeah, I think it's a different thing. But yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, so I kind of I love music too, and I have a special place in my heart for rock especially. I feel like I don't know, for some reason like I don't know why, but like people are kind of gravitating towards the way I see it in the mainstream, they're country or hip hop. What's going on with rock? How come more people aren't listening to it? What are your thoughts on this?
Do you have any thoughts on
No.
it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people still listen to it, but yeah, maybe it's not. I guess there was a point where rock and roll was like a lot of the biggest hits in the world were coming out of rock and roll, and maybe we're living in a period of time where that's transitioned to other, but even before rock and roll, I guess it would have been something else. And then yeah, but um yeah, there's maybe the biggest artists in the world maybe now, I don't know, or there's fewer rock bands that are on everyone's radar the way it would have been on time. Like rock and roll bands were like household names and stuff. But I don't know. That's an industry thing. But I think among the underground, it's people still going to rock shows, indie rock, or whatever folks are calling it these days. Um, our music is maybe it's inspired by different eras of rock and roll, grunge, but not exclusively. But I know you love grunge era rock and roll,
Mm.
or grunge rock, or however folks refer to it.
Mm.
I'm into that too. Yeah. Maybe we'll just jump into one of your songs and talk about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. So we have a couple tracks here. How do I here? Let's share screen. Um, I'm just trying to figure out how to entire screen open settings. Oh goodness. Okay. Normally it's been video file, so sorry for the delay. Oh, I gotta restart. That's not gonna work. Okay, let's think of another solution. Um, okay. while I'm solving this, another. I'm wondering if I can upload it somewhere. I might just. Do you have it on Spotify, and then I could play it from Spotify or something, or
No,
Bandcamp?
it's still, the music is unreleased.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. What else would work? We will
Yeah.
have music videos for Soundpath. We will have music videos
I think
ready by then, but not yet.
I think maybe she. Oh no, she's back.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What were you saying before I accidentally left?
Just that we for the Soundpath Festival, we will have a couple music videos to share, but they're still in the making. So for now, it's just a couple files of unreleased music. Probably will come out in the fall, but it's not on any website or platform yet.
Yeah, I am not sure how I'm going to play these. Because I can just, yeah, I'm just one thing I could do. Yeah, I can't play them from. I have to play them from a tab,
From a
which
tab.
sucks. Yeah,
Tab
that's not.
is outside of the.
Yeah.
Let's see what,
If
I mean,
it,
you
go ahead.
I don't know. I just thought you could upload them while we're talking to something, and then you could always delete it later or something. I
Yeah,
don't know if you have a SoundCloud or something.
Yeah, I have a Spotify, although I don't really want
Yeah,
to
that
sound.
would probably.
I think should we if we could do
Yeah, I could do SoundCloud as well. Um,
You wanna? Do we have a SoundCloud, or would it be easy to upload it? Or?
Because it would be easy for you if you get a link, right, to SoundCloud or something like that.
yeah.
Because then maybe I can try to upload it on our SoundCloud now. See how long it takes.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do it right now. I think I can. We just have 2 songs here.
Okay.
So I'll upload the MP3s. And okay. Wow, here we go. That was fast. Okay. Let's try it this way. OMG. All right. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Oh, track is being processed. Man. And I'll obviously won't take the credit. Well, while we're waiting for that to process, maybe we could talk about influences to your music. What sort of artists influence your styles of performance and lyrics?
Yeah, as Devin mentioned, I think I'm very drawn to the grunge era. I think, like, it's growing up, my older sisters were listening to that. So I think I have it, like, somewhere without me know where it comes from. It's kind of a base. And my mom listened to it a lot. So I think I have that in me. So I think when I write the songs, I try to tap into that um, that sound of the grunge music, and yeah, like bands like Nirvana. It's like the most inspiring band for me, I think, when I write. And but a lot of different things. And also, you showed me Elliott Smith. That has been a big inspiration as well. So I think when I write, I try to capture the feeling that I get when I listen to that music. And yeah, it's a specific feeling more than, and that creates the sound. But for me, it's like trying to capture something I feel when I listen to those artists. Um, yeah, I think those are the big inspirations. Those two, Elliott Smith and Nirvana, mostly.
Cool. What about you, Devin?
I mean, George is writing the music. I'm writing the lyrics. But music that yeah, I mean, I love Nirvana. I love a lot of rock. I love Jimi Hendrix. Love Black Sabbath. Uh, Velvet Underground. I mean, there's so many bands that are great. Bad Brains. Pixies too, right?
Oh yeah, Pixies.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of groups I could think of, but lyrically, who has inspired me? I mean, I think Bob Marley has great natural law lyrics, freedom-based lyrics. I mean, uh, he's definitely in interviews. Um, he, I would say, is a spiritual anarchist for sure. Like I saw some great clips of him um, saying like, all governments are illegal, no governments are legal, and various other things. John Lennon has some great interviews too, talking about the psychopaths who run this world, and maybe it had something to do with both of their early exits. But they inspire me, how outspoken they are. There are a lot of, also in jazz, there's a lot of liberation based artists in jazz music and in free jazz and spiritual jazz. Um, I'm very inspired by Coltrane. I think he was my earliest hero, um, and um, got really into Alice Coltrane as well. So yeah, there are quite a few artists that inspire me sonically, lyrically. I could think of more, but yeah, they're some of my favorites. I mentioned Yusuf Lateef, love his work as well. Love that era of jazz. I mean, he spanned many eras, but his work came out in the 60s, I guess, or maybe it was even in the early 50s, not sure, or late 50s. But yeah, could probably list off quite a few other people who really inspired me from a young age, listening to my parents' record collection and knowing from an early age that music would be my path. And then increasingly, as my worldview took shape, over the years, realizing that I had the responsibility, to put the message in the music. And then I started writing more lyrics at a certain point. On some of my jazz records, I have lyrics as well, talking about karma or which is also the same as natural law, but talking about karma and like that. I have an album, Water Melancholia, that came out in 2022. that deals with that message, that theme. Before that, I have a song called Keepers that kind of is dealing with the a theme of karma as well. So I yeah, I started writing lyrics at some point, and then when I met Georgia and she was writing all these rock tunes, it was like the perfect opportunity to really hone in on my lyrics, writing lyrics and developing that after, and making a concise message, or making the message concise enough to fit the melody and rhythm of the songs.
I'm just really inspired by you guys as a creative couple. Like, I work with my partner, and it's not always easy to be in relationship with someone that you're working with, but if you're co-creating, whether it's artistically or for a festival, you know, sort of combining forces in that way with a human is very special. What has that process been for you guys, if you don't mind my asking? Because I do find it um, inspirational to see, well, just in general, people come together, but especially with the sort of like, um, you know, pr- brainwashing programming of separation of genders, and when the genders can, come together to co-create, I think that's just a beautiful thing. So, yeah, I would just love to hear about your work process as a couple, spiritual couple, excuse me.
Yeah, I guess it's been very natural. Um, it hasn't been a separation between our relationship and our work. It's very much intertwined. Like, I guess that's how it is to be a musician. It's like it's a part of you. So it's like if you're together with someone, you're all together with their music, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, no separation. So it's been a natural way of the collaboration, and um, yeah, it's been good. We can work all day, like every day, because we spend so much time together. So that's a very positive thing. We can work whenever and wherever, and we talk a lot about anarchism and thought processes. So that has inspired all the work together, and yeah, it's very meaningful, and yeah, it's it's been good. What do you say?
Um, yeah, I mean, we met in the fall 2023. So just over a year and a half ago, I guess. And and we collaborated on that short tour you were referring to, and then Georgia, said she actually wanted to move to New York. You were living in Oslo at the time, so um, and then even though, yeah, I don't know if it's clear, but you're from, not from there, but from Gothenburg, Sweden, but then living in Oslo, and then you wanted to come to New York, and it was, at the time, a not a romantic relationship at that point, but we when you came, we started. Well, we had to book some shows for you when you came here, and we were primarily, focused on the jazz music, and not only my group Brahja, but then the improvised music with various people in New York. So we kind of hit the ground running as collaborators first, and then got closer over time, and And so, yeah, we had, a foundation of collaboration to begin with, and mutual respect, and also, worldview. We shared a worldview, and it was very much like the topic of conversation on the tour as well in 2023. So it was the foundation was all there, and then and we've since you've recorded on Nebulizer, Infinity Zero. Infinity Zero is another album that's going to come out, but that's also one with some freedom-based lyrics, and um, so we work on those ones, Nebulizer, Infinity Zero, and also one, Astral Omens, with my aunt, who's a poet, and then some other records I think doing. And then at some point, you mentioned that you had this dream to start a grunge band in New York, and wondering if I want to play drums in it. So then we just very kind of seamlessly transitioned into that collaboration, and then at some point it became, I started writing lyrics to your tunes kind of out of necessity, in a way. Like it's because you write so many songs, just like there's just pouring out of you, but then to stop and write the lyrics is something, it kind of, I guess, slows you down or something. So you just want to like write all the tunes and just get all the inspiration out. And so at some point that also just became like a seamless kind of thing to that. Okay, like I'll we can collaborate this way too. And so then we started rehearsing, like, I guess, like not that long ago, as it's a very new project, but last summer 2024, and kind of getting ready for a recording session we want to do. We recorded ourselves. We still haven't released that album yet. But then it was like, okay, let's get all the songs, all the lyrics together for those set of songs, and then we recorded those, and then we started booking some shows. So let's start rehearsing more and find a rehearsal spot and stuff like that. And then you wrote like a whole new batch of songs, and then it was okay. Let's finish these. Let's get all the lyrics together and get the arrangements down and get like the drum beats and all of the stuff down and record those, but in a proper studio this time, which is what you're going to hear a couple songs from that. And so we're going to put this album out first because it has a higher kind of production quality, and then we'll at some point release the recordings we did ourselves. So it's just been like one step at a time, kind of working towards goals and stuff. So
Cool. So we have this song uploaded. This is Kingdom Within. Do you want to intro the song, or shall we just play it and then talk about it?
we can play it and talk about it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And let me know if the audio is coming through. Here we go.
The kingdom is within you. The kingdom is within within you. You could be one of the ones to set us free. If you couldn't see, we're all made free. The kingdom is within us. The kingdom is within us. Oh, see that you could be one too. Set us free from this misery. The kingdom is within you. Yeah, you. The kingdom is within you. Oh, see that you could be one too. Set us free from this tyranny. The kingdom is within us. The kingdom is within us. We are free. No one authority over you. We're all made free. The kingdom is within you. Yeah, you. The kingdom is within you. Yeah, you. The kingdom is within you. Yeah, you. The kingdom is within you.
That was amazing.
Thank
Oh,
you.
crap, it's playing again. Hold on. How do I pause it? Wow. Okay, let's talk about that song. How did the song come about? It was great. It was like a more spiritual version of like White Stripes, but the drumming's actually good. And I love your vocals too, Georgia. You have a very
Thank you.
it's like a clear bell quality. And I like the syncopation. Like that was that it felt like it was moving. It was a great song. Yeah, tell me about this.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it just came to me. I don't know. I wrote it here in the back room. And yeah,
Sorry.
well, what can we say about it? What can we say? I guess what's more to talk about is the lyrics.
I mean, you write so many, like, how many, you've written so many songs this year. It's just like, Georgia's which it's like constantly trying to make the most of everything that's coming through you, like all this inspiration, like all these songs, like they're all these gems that all need a lot of care, a lot of attention to bring into fruition. Like, so I've just been a witness to all this, all these great songs, and I think, I mean, if I don't want to speak for you, but you've said in the past, like, you really struggle with lyrics, right? You don't, it's not something that comes easily.
No.
And and I used to feel that way. Like, I remember trying to write poetry and stuff. I get like one really good line, and then just I was like, okay, like, try to like struggle over what could be a following line or a following line after that, and write something, erase it, write something, erase it, right? And just couldn't really make progress. At some point, though, it just started flowing. And for me, my process is like it. I mean, it depends, but in this particular case, and with Kingdom is Within, you know, oftentimes, like, I work, I try to pay attention to synchronicity. So I was listening to you hum along with the song, because the melody didn't have lyrics yet, but the melody was there, and I was just hearing you play it and sing and hum along, and it sounded like you said Kingdom is Within, because it's not just humming, it's like kind of gibberish, like dun, 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 you know, like just different sounds that are humming, and maybe a word here and there. In this, other songs will have a word or a phrase. I don't know if this one had anything yet. It was a sound that you made that sounded like Kingdom is Within.
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you saying Kingdom is Within?" And you're like, "No." It's like, maybe it could be, but it's like, well, there we go. That's because I mean, obviously that's the message, right? That, you know, there's no one has the authority over someone else, and no one is the king of someone else, whether you want to call president or all these other terms that have come about, emperor, but it's all this based on this idea of someone having authority over someone else, over their body, over their mind, over their movements on earth, over their labor. And it's just a totally bogus claim that has gained a lot of traction in this world, sadly. And it's a very, very widespread lie, and it's been very much adopted by the people that have been lied to, right? So like you said, those of us who have, you know, the world at large, who's undergone one form of programming or another, it kind of, whether it's through religious indoctrination, government indoctrination, it gets back to someone being between you and source. That someone, you have to go through them to access your rights. You have to go through them to access the divine, which is just a total, very simple lie. But it takes on so many forms, and it somehow gets disguised in all these ideologies and belief systems that it gets normalized. And, you know, the kingdom is within, or the kingdom of heaven is within, is, you know, I guess it's a credit to Jesus, right? He was the one who allegedly said that first, or whatever. But, you know, many people repeat that phrase. But as far as I know, there's not a song that says it, but there might be, actually. But so it seemed, you know, once I heard you kind of saying sounded like that, I knew that would be, we could work around there, or work around that concept and that phrase. And I know what I like as far as how to flesh out the lyrics from there. I know what parameters there are to work with in terms of rhythm and melody. So there's only certain amount of syllables that will fit with the melody you're singing. So if we want to say the kingdom is within you or the kingdom is within us, um, you know, that also means we're all made free. That also means you could be one of the ones to set us free, which is, I think, one of the central dogmas within savior based religion. You know, that someone else is going to set us free, or someone else, that God will send another Messiah down and he's going to set us free, rather than understanding that you could be one of the ones to speak the truth. And if we all stepped into that responsibility, we wouldn't even have, if we had done that, you know, among humanity, among a critical mass at least, we wouldn't even be in this mess.
Right.
If we stood on that principle that no one is the slave master or the king of anyone else, or the authority of anyone else. And of course the word authority gets obfuscated, and you know, people think it's expertise or knowledge, or but that's not what state authority is. It's this imaginary right to initiate violence, to enforce obedience to whoever the hell they say. And now we pass some bill, and you know, your labor is going to be used in this way, and it's like, well, no, you're not our king, you know. And um so yeah, it's the message is that, you know. So I knew, well, no one has authority over you nor me. We're all made free. You could be one of the ones that is free. You know, it's kind of saying the same thing in different ways within the confines of the song, and the amount of syllables that are kind of permitted by the shape of melody and stuff like that. So I just, when I'm writing lyrics, I it's almost like a process of, like a deductive process of, okay, this is how much space I have, and I know what I want to say. How can I say it within the space, and that kind of thing. So
Yeah. I love everything you guys said, and you know, to make a song, it doesn't have to be a bunch of verses and a bunch of different variations on the chorus. Like, it can be real simple, like you said, just keeping like a really powerful line. And
yeah,
I'm also thinking about your guys' choice in having, you know, George's like higher, you know, sort of more soprano, mezzo soprano voice with that suspended sound, and then all this, like, you know, movement and like drums and like you know, like energy underneath that suspension, and this idea that the kingdom is within, you know, this higher concept, um sort of uh generates that energy, that
right,
that movement, that action. And then this
right,
idea of like thought, emotion, action, that like and you do it through the song. There's like that the emotion is a certain current of like, you know, um like it's melodic, but there's also some tension there too, and like it's like that divine and masculine, feminine sort of coming together apart, and like it's just such a great song. I just definitely, you know what, I'll just be honest, guys, and I'll be honest with our audience. I just watched a few videos from you, Devin. I hadn't familiarized myself with your work, Georgia, but I saw that you were a good, you know, jazz musician on your own, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's definitely in. I don't know what the lyrics are going to be, but if he has an understanding of natural law, if he's this talented as a saxophonist, whatever projects you both are doing is probably going to be good. Like, I was like, it's and I'm right. Like, it just, like, it just, you can tell, like, it doesn't even matter what instrument you play. If if you get
right,
really good at one instrument, that mindset translates to the other ones.
yeah,
And like, you might not
yeah,
have the same level of experience at, say, guitar that you might, you know, saxophone, but like it's all music, all of it. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about this idea?
Yeah, definitely. It's like like I said before, like it's a part of you, and then it can channel in different ways. But it's like you develop this musical thing within you, and then it can come out in different ways. So I really think that sticking to one instrument is cool. Like I played double bass for like how many years? Like maybe 15 years or something like that. But then before I transitioned to other things, guitar and vocals, and I see how can, it's not from starting from scratch because I have this experience with working with music, like, and also how to practice. I can translate into other instruments as well, but it's just, yeah, it's a part of you and it comes out in different ways. So definitely.
I just
Yeah,
want to. Oh, go ahead.
but you, I mean, I guess you played some guitar, messed around before, but it's really just been in the last year, some change, some change that you're playing every day and really honing in on that.
Mhm.
But I guess a lot, you played electric bass before that, so a lot of it does translate.
Yeah.
But I've also just been witness to all your work, all of Georgia's work in becoming a vocalist too, because that's also something kind of relatively new, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, but you're like doing vocal warm ups and working on the songs every day to get that pure best sound. Like it's a lot of effort that goes into being able to maintain the pitch and have a jump from different vocal ranges and have control of that and but yeah, certainly a lot of musicality is going to translate, because already know what sounds good or what you want it to sound like, and you just put in the time to see to it that it does. And certainly the more I play drums, the more I improve on saxophone. The more I improve on saxophone, the more I improve on drums, and just apply that work. It feeds into the playing on any other instrument, certainly. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to just praise Georgia for being a woman with, I imagine, smaller hands playing a giant double bass for 15 years. It's really hard for smaller handed people. So for you to be able to master that instrument is I mean, I don't think people understand. It's actually a very physically. I tried to learn bass guitar, and even that, like I was like, it's you have to make adjustments when you have a smaller hand, you know?
Yeah, Georgia has really strong hands.
I bet you
Do you
do. That's
agree?
awesome.
Yeah.
Like
People always when I shake hands with people, they're like, "Whoa!" Like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, man. That's cool. All right, let's play one more song. We have In the Silence. Anything you guys want to say about it before we play, or?
can talk after.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
The end of you and me wants us to be cowardly in the silence. The system Our rule is free. On trickery. In the silence. Dismiss it all, watching the fall, turning your head on face and dread. In the silence, it grows so close. Everyone knows and dare to say what's plain as day. In the silence, your soul's not there when you don't dare to face the fact we're under attack. In the silence, the pain of and make you sweet. The light will grow and truth will show. In the silence,
Wow. All right. Um, it's oh, sorry. It's funny to hear first your guys' influences because I heard a little Black Sabbath, I heard a little Pixies, and it's like, and it's sort of, I hear it. It's great. Yeah. Tell me about this song, Grunge.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the examples that I was humming along and then I said in the silence.
Right.
Uh, so and then yeah, we worked around that. Yeah, it has this dark. It's funny that it's like, because the other song, Kingdom is Within, has a more brighter, like a hopeful kind of message in the lyrics, and then, but in the sound, I mean, and this has a more darker sound, and in the silence has a more darker vibe, those words. So it kind of matches the words that sometimes come out is like matches the vibe of the song. And yeah, I think you really captured the dark um, feeling of the sound in the lyrics.
Because so you were humming along and in the silence, and we knew that was what the kind of what we would work around. And so then, like, what's in, so then I guess the question is like, well, what's in the silence, and what's going on in the unspoken reality, like what are we what are we what are we too afraid to talk about, and then so it starts with this, our, how does the first line go?
This is no system.
Complicity, but what's before that? Like
the enemy of
the enemy of you and me, he wants us to be cowardly, so it's like this. So these two songs are both going to be featured in Soundpath. We'll have other songs in them, but these are the two we've made music videos for. And we went and shot some footage. I would of Georgia and the quote unquote Freedom Tower. That's obviously was built in the aftermath of the 9/11 destruction of the Twin Towers. So we're filming. That seemed like a perfect kind of symbol of what's the other line. None dare to say what's plain as day. Like if anyone who looks into 9/11, right, it's like it's so obvious that the official story is bullshit, right? So, but and that is, it's changing. More people are willing to just call it out, but it's a good symbol of that, where like the most obvious, or like the obvious example of like Tower 7 not even hit the plane, even if the jet fuel could melt steel beams, etc. A plane didn't even hit Tower 7, and it collapses in like perfect demolition fashion. So, but yet, like it's so there's this temptation to turn away from that and accept the lie, because it's just easier on one's ego or whatever. It's easier for your, within your cultural situation to not bring attention to something that would have such enormous implications, and that we would have to perhaps change our worldview and question what else we've been lied about. And so, all these obviously, or during COVID, or during various huge world events that have major implications like that, a lot of these same themes come up. Or now, like how many 5 or 6 genocides happening on this planet. Like there's a very similar kind of thing that comes up each time, where people so often want to turn away from what's staring at them in the face and just believe some like bogus story that either corporate media or the politicians are telling, rather than facing the uncomfortable truth of our world. So the lyrics deal with that, and maybe, but if there's time, we can make some more videos. I'd love for us to be able to share some of the other songs for Soundpath, but we'll at least have those two, and then some live footage of Georgia playing solo, some of the songs solo, and we'll see what else we can pull together by early September.
Yeah, and you guys, like, I don't think it's necessarily necessary to have truth and freedom lyrics if it's all instruments, because um it's, as long as there's like one or two truth and freedom songs. But if you want to like share your jazz, for example, or your work with the double bass, or whatever you guys have, uh, this is just an opportunity to highlight people doing that kind of work.
Right.
And I'm a firm believer that all music can be a form of resistance. Like, I agree with you. I think jazz is just as much, like if you listen to um Charlie Parker, like he's
Mm.
resisting other forms of jazz, and like like every genre has its Jimi Hendrix,
Right.
um like in the like you said, in reggae, it's Bob Marley. Like everyone's got this, like every genre has a figure that like said no to the old way of doing things and tried to introduce a
Right.
new way. And that's what we're doing in the truth and freedom movement. We're just trying to show people, look, we've had this old way of doing things. Check out this new music incorporating these ideas. You don't have to stop listening to music. You can still enjoy music.
Right.
Because I feel like people have a failure of imagination, and you guys understand this as musicians. They just can't even picture what freedom looks like. They can't even hear it. And if we give them this music that you guys are making and that others are making, I feel like that's a great opportunity for humanity.
I agree. We definitely appreciate the opportunity that you're providing us to share our music with others. And yeah, I mean, I would love to share. I have other songs I'd love to share, but I want to obviously have a visual component as well, um, for the festival. So that's the one thing that might take a little bit more time. Is like how to make a music video or some other visual thing that can happen while people are listening. But we'll see what else we can pull together by then. But we're definitely going to have some footage of Georgia playing solo, a couple music videos, and uh, maybe an introduction or something talking about what we're presenting. And we still got
Um,
to get to the short clip too. Just
oh,
remember
right.
to, yeah.
Yeah, whenever. I mean, if you can get to it, great. Yeah. No pressure on anything. This is
Yeah,
all
we'll
voluntary.
definitely get to it. Yeah.
Um, I would love to, share, if you guys have any sort of, if you guys want to share any sort of last closing thoughts. I, for one, am so happy that we have like the kind of music that I like to listen to on the lineup. I like reggae, I like rap, I like, even folk and country music. But like, I grew up listening, like you guys, to like grunge, punk, indie music. I was in a shoegaze band and a punk band myself. So it's just like, it's just kind of like a bummer. Like, how come there's no one doing rock? And so it's really nice to see that. And jazz. I love jazz too. So, like I said, like if you guys want to share jazz, I feel like jazz is a very, like high form of musical resistance. So,
Sure.
um, but anyway,
Definitely.
any closing thoughts you guys want to share?
You got any thoughts?
No, just like, yeah, we're happy to be part of it, and excited to see the other people, the festival, and maybe, yeah, connect with some more other people, and because it's going to be musicians, but also not musician or only musicians gonna show their work?
Mostly musicians, yeah. We have presenters, a handful, and then we have a dance performance. We have a comedy performance, like a short set. So
Nice.
it's just it's less about music and more about like here we are, a bunch of people who have a general sort of understanding of natural law, general understanding of, gosh, the system that we're in right now is pretty wrong and immoral. And, I, for one, am feeling rather isolated. Like me and my boyfriend are kind of like, there's not a huge community of people. And it's like, why aren't we gathering in person, giving each other hugs or online, chatting with each other at the same time? Like we have to build community within and then invite people also. And so like,
Yeah.
you know, all of, you know, each artist has their own community. And so to just have everyone sort of cross pollinate and interact, I think is just a huge opportunity, whether it's online or in person. So
Mm. Yeah, definitely. It's important and urgent. I mean, so it's yeah, it's awesome that you're doing this and happy to be a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
second all of that.
Mm.
Awesome. Yeah. Honored that you guys are part of the lineup. And yeah, check out, again, I'll plug websites. We have brahjawaldman.com. That's BRAHJAWALDMAN.com. We also have archivegeneration.com and Georgia-Wartel-Collins.com. That's Georgia, like the spelling of the state, WARTEL-COLLINS.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.